Hello, welcome everyone. We're going to get started in a minute. We're just waiting for a few more people, but glad to have you here. We're going to be recording this so that we can share it with others. And we will be able to have a Q&A at the end of this session with our first Lego League program director, Ushi Leslie, who's on the call.
Hi.
So thanks for joining us, Ushi. Okay.
Well, thanks for running this Parish, the first
No.
senior mentor.
Yes. Yeah. Great. Okay, I'm going to get started. We are recording this so I can share it with others who are not able to make it. But welcome everyone to the FIRST Lego League season virtual kickoff event for the Masterpiece season. I am Barish Golland. I'm the first senior mentor, and we have Ushi Leslie with us on the call, FIRST Lego League program director. Is that right? Program
Partner.
PDP. Program partner. Yes. Okay. For the call today, we'll do just an overview of FIRST, how FIRST Lego League fits in with the larger program, and then talk about the Masterpiece season, as well as just an overview of events and how they'll be proceeding. And then we will be going into talking about the robot missions, and then some Q&A time for everyone. Just an overview first, and Ushi, feel free to jump in. But if you don't know, FIRST Lego League is one of three main components of FIRST's series of competitions that go from the early years, kindergarten, all the way up to grade 12. So any child that is in FIRST Lego League has an opportunity to continue into high school with FIRST Tech Challenge and FIRST Robotics competition, all of which are done in British Columbia, as well as in many other parts of the world. And so once a child progresses through FIRST Lego League divisions, they're encouraged to move up to FIRST Tech Challenge and FIRST Robotics competition for grades 9 to 12. I myself, as a parent, have experienced this with my two children in FIRST Lego League. They did several years of FIRST Lego League, had lots of fun, went to many events, and then they proceeded to FIRST Tech Challenge, and we decided to just stay there because it does go up to grade 12, and so my daughter has graduated from FIRST Tech Challenge and is now in university and is actually studying engineering. And my son is still involved in a FIRST Tech Challenge team. So it's really great to see that the kids to really get involved in progressively more challenging and more advanced robotics competitions. Is there anything you wanted to add, Ushi, to that?
Oh, I could add that I had the same experience with my children, starting in FIRST Lego League and also FIRST Lego League Explore. And then they also moved up to FIRST Tech Challenge. At the time, there was no choice for FIRST Robotics competition in BC, but we were very happy with FIRST Tech Challenge. And like your family, this was our excuse for a lot of travel to many events, and the children had a great time. And they are all in university or beyond university. My youngest is 23 now.
Wow.
And she helps a lot at events, which is great.
Yes, yeah, same here. Now my daughter is volunteering with FIRST Lego League as sort of an assistant. She was at the in-person kickoff a few weeks ago. And so if we zoom in onto FIRST Lego League, this is my favorite program because I love Lego. I don't know about you, but I love Lego. And so any opportunity to play with Lego is amazing. And so FIRST Lego League is divided into three programs. And what's amazing about that is that you can start as early as pre-K with FIRST Lego League Discover using Duplo bricks, FIRST Lego League Explore is more of an exhibit style or a science project style program, but also using Lego and robotics elements. And then FIRST Lego League Challenge is the big competition event for FIRST Lego League, where children will be able to compete in robot missions, but also showcase projects related to the theme for the year. So I was just going to show you a short video of what FIRST Lego League is. So you can sit back and watch this video of just giving an overview of FIRST Lego League. Let me know if you don't hear the sound.
My favorite thing about FIRST Lego League is the teamwork.
Probably being with my friends.
And we get to make it real. That's my favorite part. And we get to play with Legos and build it real.
FIRST Lego League is one of 3 engaging FIRST programs. Participants gain real-world problem-solving experiences through a guided global robotics program, helping today's students and teachers build a better future together.
FIRST Lego League introduces STEM to children ages 4 to 16 to inspire young people to experiment and grow their critical thinking, coding, and design skills through hands-on STEM learning and robotics.
FIRST Lego League is fun. Students can't wait for this part of the day. They're teaching inclusion, teamwork, how to be creative and think outside the box.
Children can join at any division based on their age or grade level. FIRST Lego League Discover is a playful introductory STEM program that ignites students' natural curiosity and builds their habits of learning with hands-on activities in the classroom and at home using Lego Duplo bricks.
I built a supermarket.
I built a fire station, and I even put a kitchen so the firefighters don't get hungry.
We built all kinds of stuff that we could help our community.
In FIRST Lego League Explore, students focus on the fundamentals of engineering.
Students explore a real-world scientific concept, build a model, and code it to make it move using Lego education technology.
They are able to do a lot of learning through play. All of a sudden, the students will have those aha moments.
So I was like, oh, I know how they build the robots now. When it works, I'm very happy because we worked really hard.
It goes into the plants and it goes down into the ground and it goes through these.
We get to share ideas and build off of other people's ideas.
It's just like really cool and like so cute to see them being all excited and happy. I feel like when you're young and you find that, it like follows you along as you grow, and so that keeps you motivated to do things.
Friendly competition is at the heart of FIRST Lego League Challenge. As teams of students ages 9 to 16 engage in research, problem solving, coding, and engineering.
Our students are creating something new every single year, and they're learning about all of these things that you would never see in a traditional classroom or curriculum.
FIRST Lego League Challenge has 3 components: the core values, the robot game, and the innovation project, where you're able to solve a real-world problem.
FIRST Lego League is about more than robots. It's about solving problems that are bigger than they've ever imagined, thinking outside the box, and being excited to be part of a team.
I am FIRST.
Yo soy FIRST.
FIRST is my family.
FIRST is the best thing you could be.
FIRST is discovery,
Innovation.
impact,
Inclusion.
teamwork, fun.
Okay, thanks for watching that. And so, yeah, so it's an amazing opportunity to involve kids early on in a whole bunch of great learning skills, hands-on learning, real-world problem solving, and then being part of essentially a global robotics program. In a bit, we'll be talking about how to start a team and a little bit overview of the season. But some of the benefits of FIRST Lego League are engineering skills, how to make stuff, how to build stuff that works, that functions with gears, mechanical parts, problem solving, how to address challenges like climate change or clean energy, coding skills like coding the robot with a variety of coding languages. There's a science and innovation component of how to really solve problems or to figure out solutions to science problems. And then there's the holistic skills, which I really love, which is the communication skills, the teamwork, presentation skills, public speaking, all those great skills sort of integrate together. So I was going to pause there. Anything you'd want to add, Ushi, to that? Any other benefits you see in FIRST Lego League?
I think actually this summarizes it quite nicely. And a lot of people ask, why is there a science project within the FIRST Lego League program? Why isn't it just robots? And it's just a great part. It allows the teams to have all kinds of skills, not just robotic skills. And it's much, I always think that FIRST Lego League is so lifelike, because the kids do all these things that people do in real jobs later on. Work in a team, have a deadline, produce something, have to explain what they're doing. And that is, this explanation is very much in the science and innovation project, where they actually do something and need to meet with experts and then later tell people about this. Because really, if you do great work but you never tell anybody about it, it's almost like you haven't done anything. So this is a really important part. But I think this kind of puts it together. And the teamwork thing is there as an extra, because it's also really difficult. It's very important, and for the smaller kids, quite often really difficult, because they want to do their own thing. They have to learn to kind of go along with things that they have agreed on as a team. Tough stuff, but really neat.
Thanks so much, Ushi. Great. So now we're going to talk about a little bit more of the practicality of the season for the year. So FIRST Lego League functions in a season, starting in August and then going all the way up to April. Every year there's a theme for this for the season, and for all of the FIRST Lego League components, Discover, Explore, and Challenge, the theme for this year is called Masterpiece. It's an integration of arts, science, technology, engineering, and math. So what we're going to do is watch a really short clip about the theme for this season, which is Masterpiece. Okay, so that is that trailer for the Masterpiece season. Super exciting, it looks super fun. And I'm just going to show you a little bit about the season itself. So this is an overview. Some of the dates are subject to confirmation, but it gives you an overview of what the season is about. So again, the season goes from August until April of the next year. In August, as you saw, the theme launches, and students are able to register teams. Coaches are able to register teams and purchase the field set and start looking at the theme for the year. And then typically what we do is we have that kickoff event in September, which is what we're doing now. We had regional kickoffs in Victoria and Vancouver, and then we're having a virtual one this week, which we'll be sharing online. Teams do have a chance to register by October 31st. Is that correct, Ushi?
Actually, teams can register anytime they like, but if they want to be participating in qualifying tournaments, they need to register by October 31st, because otherwise it's too difficult to plan tournaments.
Excellent. Great point. So then once teams register, then here's where some events start happening. So we try to do regional scrimmages. Currently, there are some planned for Richmond and Vancouver, and probably one in Victoria. Is that correct?
In Victoria as well, and I think we'll have one in Kelowna as well.
Perfect. Yeah. So that will be.
And in Whitehorse.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yes. But they can be regionally organized. Like a scrimmage is an unofficial event, and anybody can organize it, and we don't know about all of them unless we are told.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. So scrimmages in Victoria and Whitehorse as well, and then in January, February we start doing qualifiers. We're just about to confirm a qualifier in February. Ushi, most likely it'll be February 3rd and 4th. We're just waiting still to hear back from the Surrey school that will be hosting in LA Matheson. And then after those qualifiers, the reason we have qualifiers is that there are too many teams to go directly to championship. We simply can't host that many teams in one spot. So the qualifiers will select the top teams from those events that will then move on to the championship. I know that there's someone from Kelowna, so great to have you here. Ushi, is there a Kelowna qualifier?
Yes, there is.
Yes. Oh,
and
nice.
in fact, Ranjit, who's here, has been saying he might want to help to organize these things. So,
perfect.
Yes.
Okay, and we're going to we will be opening up to discussion, so it'd be great to talk about that. And then March of 2024, we are planning a provincial championship, March 9th, 2024 at Meadow Ridge. That is correct. Is that
Meadow Ridge
right?
School, yeah, which
Meadow
is
Ridge
in
School.
Maple Ridge. That's kind of confusing. Yeah. The school is called Meadow Ridge, but it is in the place Maple Ridge.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, Meadow Ridge School is in Maple Ridge. That's a great point. And then, so what happens at that event is that the top teams get selected for first, second, third place, and I think the top team gets invited. We only have one team that goes to Houston, Texas. Is that right? Or is it two?
That is something we'll have to see. We may get two. At least we will have at least one invitation to an international event, probably to go to Houston. And actually, it says their World Championship, but it's not really a World Championship because only a fairly small portion of all the 10,000s of teams that exist can go there. And other equally good teams will go to some other international events. But our provincial champion will be invited to one of these events. Possibly we'll get two invitations. Last year, we even had 3 invitations. We had invitations to 3 different international tournaments, so our top 3 teams got to go. And that may happen again, but we don't know that yet.
Excellent. Okay. Just to give you a sample of what it's like at a qualifier, we put together a short video of last year's qualifier event. So you'll watch this video of this is what some scenes from last year's qualifier. Notice the people in black and white are the referees that are doing the scoring for the robot mission. And here's one more video of the event. These are the practice tables. Okay, so just going to show you a few things. So the first thing is how to start a team, and this is a conversation we can continue. There's approximately 3 different ways, and Ushi can add more, but one common way to start a team is to have a community-based team organized by parents using online resources. There's a whole bunch of them for coaches and mentors, how to be a coach, how to be a mentor, team guides that give up to 12 lessons for what to do with your team in each of those lessons. The teams can have between 2 and 10 kids per team, and it could be a school-based team or a local community-based team outside of school. That's one way to organize. The other way is by actually having a school identify a teacher or a resource instructor to be the coach for the team. Parents can support, and then you're meeting after school in maybe the library. And we in the FIRST Robotics PC, we can help you with that. We can advocate to the principals. We can talk to the administration about the benefits of FIRST Lego League programs that are supported by schools. So that's another common way. The third way is for after-school programs, third-party services, third-party after-school programs to host students who can then join teams at that institution after school or on weekends. There are often fees associated in addition to the normal fees for that. And so that's another way that this can happen. It depends on what's available regionally. Anything to add there, Ushi?
No, I think that's quite nice. And usually, since there's cost involved in registering a team, the school teams, even teams at schools, may have to pay something, like the team members or their parents or the adults associated with the kids. And it depends. Sometimes the school itself has enough funds to support a whole team, and sometimes they don't. There's a huge variety, really. But generally, I think that's it. It's either the parents, or it's organized from the school side, or there is a third party. Sometimes the third party might be some private academy, or it could be Girl Guides or Boy Scouts or things like that. Boys and girls clubs. Lots of different groups can run teams.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good point. Yeah, different organizations, sometimes universities help out. In terms of costs, you have a field set and guides. Those are purchased in addition to the registration fee. And then you may need equipment. We do recommend the new Spike Prime sets. You could get an expansion set. But in terms of fees, you have a registration fee of over $200, right? It's around 300, right?
It's actually it's fairly expensive. I'm sorry to say, like it's something like 370 Canadian.
Okay.
Because on the website the fees are in US dollars, and it's a $250 US fee.
Okay, so whatever the conversion
you have to pay
rate.
that and convert that, and you need to pay extra for these guidebooks, because there's extra shipping for those.
And then if you don't have a Spike Prime or a robot set, you'd have to get a set for that. And then there may be a qualifier registration fee, right, or a championship registration.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
So yeah, normally I advise teams, it's around $1,000 per team. And again, if you have a larger team, you can divide that among parents. You can do fundraisers. My kids did bake sales. It's surprisingly lucrative to do a bake sale at a school. Lots of hungry kids. If you bake a lot of cookies, and they want to support a cause, so often they're quite generous. So you can make a few $100s in a single day, selling donuts, selling cookies. So there's fun ways to do fundraising, and it's actually it's an outreach element of the team that builds skill sets like customer service and managing finances. So it's great skills to build for fundraising.
I had the same experience. One of the teams at the school where I coach wanted an EV3. That was a few years ago. They had been at a tournament and noticed that, oh, we have the NXT set and everybody else has something newer. And they did bake sales. So it was kind of the parents that helped, of course, bake things, but the kids sold them, and they got sort of $300, $300 each time they did a sale. I was amazed. That was really quite something. And so after a couple of bake sales, they were able to buy their new robot sets.
Wow, excellent. FIRST Lego League Challenge, which we're focusing on today. If you do have questions about Explore, we can talk about that in the discussion afterwards. But it is a very exciting experience for kids, very hands-on, lots of great skills that they build, and it's a multi-year program. You don't just do it for 1 year; you can actually do it for several years, providing you're in that age range. Again, it is based on 3 major components: the core values, which is really the team, the team spirit, the gracious professionalism, which they talk about in the team guides. It's really about the team dynamics, which the judges and the referees are all looking for. The judges will actually evaluate the students based on these core values. And after this session, I can share some of the resources, some of the rubrics that the judges uses to evaluate students and teams. There's also the project component. There's more information about it in the team guides, the coach guides, and online. And of course, there's the robot game. I'll just show you a brief clip of the robot game, which gives an overview. It's a 9-minute video, so I'll only actually share the first few minutes. And then we'll go into Q&A. So just to give you an idea, if you haven't seen this video before.
This is the Masterpiece Competition Field. There are 15 missions which can be done in any order. You do not have to complete all the missions. Just try as many as you can in each 2.5-minute robot match. Only the score from your best match will be counted. Your robot must start completely inside a launch area, and you should program it to return to either home area. You can handle and modify your robot between runs while it is in either home area. Gracious professionalism is how we express our core values in FIRST Lego League. The robot game is an important place to observe gracious professionalism, and the referees will evaluate this for each team at each official robot match. Your robot and all your equipment must fit into both launch areas and under a height limit of 12 inches. If it is small enough to fit in just one launch area and under this height limit, Mission 1, 3D Cinema. Trigger the 2D cinema screen to become a 3D experience. If the 3D cinema's small red beam is completely past the black frame, Mission 2, Theater Scene Change. Change the scenery to a different configuration and consider what the other team will do so that you end with matching scenes. If your theater's red flag is down and the active scene color is blue, pink, orange, and if both teams' active scene match, blue, pink, orange.
Okay, I'm just gonna pause there for now, and we're gonna go into Q&A. Just give me a minute for that. So you get the idea. You can watch that online. We're gonna share those links after, but it walks you through the step-by-step for that quite well. So we're just going to go to Q&A now. I'll just share my screen again. And so please feel free to unmute yourself, or you can type in the chat. There's also a Q&A function here. While people are thinking of the questions, any other comments, Ushi, on the season?
Yes, there's something you hadn't included as events. And that is because these are new events that are just in the planning stage and will be happening this season. And what we are going to do this season for the first time ever is what we call online mini tourneys. And the mini tourneys have the aims of being fun for the teams, not having to do too much extra work for the teams or for the judges and referees. They should be good practice for official tournaments. It should be a chance to see what other teams are doing. Any team can participate. There's no traveling needed and no need even for teams to be together on the event date. And what we'll do is we'll have a series of probably 5 different events. First one on November 4th, and where we'll have where the kids will film themselves doing a robot run and also doing a presentation of their project, their innovation project. Now, of course, November is pretty early to do anything, to have anything ready, but that doesn't matter. It's like at a scrimmage where you say what you think about so far. And these mini tourneys will be mini because we can almost call them minute tourneys, because we are saying your presentation must not be longer than 1 minute. Even though at a tournament it will be 5 minutes, this is special. This is just 1 minute. So it will be more like an elevator pitch where the team really briefly shares, hey, we are looking at such and such a problem. This is our idea with how it probably might work. We think this is new because of, yeah, the judges will look and see, is this do they have a clearly defined problem? Do they have an idea for a solution? Is this a new solution? How is their presentation? Are we convinced? And then they'll score the presentation just by that. They're not going to use the regular rubrics for these mini tourneys. For the robot run, also, that will be a shortened robot run, just 1 minute, not the usual 2.5. So you can start your team and run it, but you need to stop after 1 minute instead of 2.5. And we'll see how many points you get for that. And the judges and referees will score this. For each of the mini tourneys, we'll give points for the 5 best runs and for the 5 best presentations. Like best one gets 5 points, next one gets 4, next one gets 3. And if your team competes at several of these mini tourneys, you will be having these points added up. So if you go to every mini tourney and you get some points every time, maybe you'll end up the overall winner, or maybe not. But these tourneys will be completely separate from the regular official tournaments. You can't advance anything from them, but you can have fun. And when we have the official event date, for example, November 4, we'll have an online meeting, kind of like this one, but there are no team sessions where the teams sit together with the referees or the judges. So that's also different from a regular tournament. And what we'll do is we'll show the best 10 robot runs and the best 10 project presentations, these 1-minute presentations. And that should give teams an idea, like, what are the other teams doing? What do their robots look like? And what kind of ideas do they have for their innovation project? And we will hope that this will be fun for the teams and also really useful, and also something that can continue after the other tournaments are over. So we're planning these things for November 4th, and then one in January, probably January 28th, then one in February, and one in April, and one in May. So that way this goes on for longer. And I think it will be pretty neat, even also for isolated teams. If we have teams that are really far away and have a lot of driving to do to go to any event, now they can participate because it's online. So there's no travel needed, and on the on the event day, the team doesn't even have to be together. They can be at home somewhere. We'll record our session and post it on our YouTube channel, so teams can even look at it days later if they want to, or they can look at it separately at home. Anybody can do that. So that's the plan for new events, and they will go all the way through the season until May next year. So this is a pilot project, and it may be that for a second for one of them, we'll have something special. So we may not always have the same kind of elevator pitch presentation style, but we'll let you know. And there will be a separate registration for each of the mini tourneys, so that you don't have to decide at the beginning of the season, we'll do this or we won't, or which one we go to. You can decide as you go along. Yeah, we'll see how that works.
Excellent. Yeah, great. And so you'll be sending more information out to
Yes, teams. I will. Actually, fairly soon we should have the final dates for all the official tournaments, and then we can also. Oh, nice typing there. And then we can also send more on this, and I'll send an email to all the teams, and we'll also update the website at the same time.
Perfect. Okay, so we're going to go to question and answer. So first one was Ranjith is saying, for first timers, is there a possibility of getting some additional guidance? There's a whole bunch of additional guidance. Some of it is based on the website. Some of the content is available online. We'll show you a few. So FIRST Lego League .com has a whole bunch of great content. I'll just share new screen there. Yeah, so firstlegoleague.com is a great resource there. You can zoom into the different elements there. And then there's a whole bunch of resources there, and I'll be sending out things as well. The next resource is the actual team guides themselves, which really walk people through a whole bunch of content. So it gives you an overview. It gives you, how to set up your team. What does the team need? And then if you look at it, there's a whole bunch of sessions that they outline. It's very organized. It's really designed by teachers where you can get an introduction, team tasks, and then a chance to share. They really break it down nicely. And then there are additional resources, even technical resources for things like how to build a basic robot out of Spike Prime. There's some great, so many resources online for how to do this. This particular resource, which I can share later, is by an FTC team that helps students build sort of more advanced robots or keep it simple. So it really just depends on what you mean by additional guidance. So there's lots of it. If you want, Ranjith, if you wanted to go on audio, you can maybe describe your issue a bit in more detail.
So are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, good afternoon. So this is more like, because I had my son participate in FLL Explore before. That was like 4 years before, I think, yeah. And but here I don't have much idea about the challenge of FLL challenge. So that's where I was looking for. I did not see the documents that you shared just now. That in the screen, I did not see that in the FLL website. Maybe I was looking at the wrong place. But the challenge seems to be a little more involved than the Explore, and that's where I'm trying to see. I'm having the right resources to get started and things like that.
Yeah. So first of all, you're lucky because in Kelowna, we've recently started really an FLL set of teams. Wasn't it Toby Ushi that really started that? Yeah.
Tobias.
Tobias, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. He works for the school district there, and he started a whole bunch of teams. And he was the tournament director last year. Did a super job of doing the tournament. And I know that he said, like, I want to do something for FLL Explore as well. And so, yeah, I think
yes,
it will be really helpful.
Explorer. So, but the thing is, so initially I thought I would do Explore, but I have some 11 years old as well, so they cannot do Explore, right? So they can do only the challenge. So, that's why I have both the teams, like the challenge and Explore. But we have like a group of kids who are really, they want to do this. So yeah.
Yeah, well, the good thing is, like even I'll just share something in the chat. Was this is or I'll share it here, is that we actually because we have a following there, we have someone who Tobias put on events in cooperation with University of British Columbia Okanagan. He put on an event there and even got into the news. And so it's great that he's there as a resource that maybe we can put you in touch with. Yeah, like the resources, once you register the team, you are able to then get those team resources. But what we can do is we can share some of the samples.
But you can also look at it online. If you go to the First Inspires website, and then you go to the community tab and find First Lego League Challenge or the resources. If you go to community, Yeah, this is nice that we can see this. So if you click on community up there, and then you go to resource library. Resource library, yeah, that one. And then you can say, okay, I want a FIRST Lego League challenge. And it shows you a whole bunch of things. And if you scroll down a bit, come to, more. Here are some really good ones. The challenge updates, it's the resources. I look at that all the time. I have that bookmarked. And there you see the overview, you see some videos, you see table building instructions, building instructions for the mission modules. And then if you go further down, you have the guidebooks. In the guidebooks, you have the engineering notebook, the team meeting guide, robot game rulebook, all online for anybody to look at.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
So you don't have to wait for the printed ones. You get them in printed form too, but you can even look at it.
Okay,
There's
awesome. Yeah.
Under
This is
robot game, you have the mission, the video that we saw the first bit of. Again, the rulebook, score calculator, and below that you have the judging stuff, which is also very good to know. It is very good to look at the rubrics reasonably early, so that the team and the coach actually know like what are the judges are looking for.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Thank you. This helps a lot, and a great place for us to start. Thank you.
Perfect.
I think when a couple of clicks backwards, when you were in the resource thing, go back one more click. No, go back. So the team management resources, that is quite helpful too. I myself haven't, but see, there's the
season calendar.
The grants, I'm afraid, are mostly not for BC, but there's stuff about the registration, and there's coach resources. So really, FIRST has made quite an effort to put all the things together that they think you might need.
Yeah, awesome.
Great.
Thanks.
Okay, great. So thanks so much. Any other questions that you have? Any other questions from people? Thanks, Ranjit, for asking. Yeah, anyone else have any questions? How to start a team? Yeah.
I had a question for our team. We're a first-year community-based team. There's just 4 kids on the team. We've been meeting for a few weeks now to get them started and doing some of the programs. I didn't find much information about at least say like the November, the first time that they'll be with judges and things like that. In terms of the presentation and maybe some of the questions and things like that, I understand as the coach or not, we're not participating in that. So just hoping to get a little bit more information just to prepare the kids as to like what
you're thinking of these mini tourneys right now.
No, I was thinking more of I think in November where what do we call them?
One of the scrimmages.
The scrimmages, yeah.
The scrimmages, yeah.
And I did have an opportunity last year. You invited my son and myself to kind of view, but we didn't watch the presentation part. I was wondering if you could just mention like what the kids will be kind of doing, or how long will they have, and how do they like the types of questions that get asked, so that in terms of like trying to make sure that all the kids are participating in that.
Yeah, so at a scrimmage, like a scrimmage is not an official event, and all the scrimmages are a little different. But when I run a scrimmage, I always like to have something about the innovation project included. And I usually do a 10-minute talk with some adults. I call them interview partners. I don't call them judges, because really we are very early in the season. Teams haven't really done all that much about the innovation project. But in a discussion with these discussion partners who are strangers, but they're friendly strangers, they can ask like, what kind of ideas have you had so far? Have you thought of this? Have you thought of that? And the reason is so that the teams get a better idea of what they could possibly do. And they might get ideas for field trips. I always mention field trips because that tends to be something that is really fun. And if you think about this year's topic with all the arts involved, if you could do a tour of a theater or go to the museum and figure out like how do they actually do this to make it interesting? How do they build a diorama, or why this video and not some other? Maybe you could get somebody who works there to actually give a tour for the team. It could be or it could be a radio station, anything really. The projects topics are always very much wide open. And this year, maybe even more so than in other years. Like once you get to read the engineering notebook, it says for the innovation project, the team should figure out some kind of hobby that they like, something they enjoy, and then find some ways to get other people interested. How do you do that? Using arts and technology, make this interesting to other people. That could be almost anything.
Yeah.
I was thinking if somebody likes, I really think squids are great animals. Well, maybe they can come up with a little skit, the life of a squid. I don't know. It could be almost anything, and you can see what kind of talents the children in the group have, and maybe they can bring them in somewhere. I remember some presentations where one of the kids was able to ride a unicycle. So they had something about cycling, and he brought his unicycle and cycled around in the judging room. And another team came into the judging room with one of them playing his violin. I don't think the violin was even related to the project, but he did it because he could, and because it made the team stand out. And it was fun to watch, and fun to them too. So there have been teams who do their project presentation as a song, or as a dance, or as a rap, and you can do loads of things, and it can be so fun. And when you look back, I think Barish will find that too with his kids, when you look back on various seasons, what the kids remember the seasons of is quite often the innovation project and what they did for that. So that is a really fun thing. And if you think, oh dear, we are off topic. No, I was just recently at a meeting with people from FIRST, and they said, no, any topic is fine. And in fact, the judges are concentrating on the process of what the children have been doing, not so much of the end project. It's not really needed that you have something that you can patent or anything, but no, they want to see that they actually did some research, they came up with some kind of question, they managed to get some kind of a solution idea, saw some experts, shared what they had so far, that kind of thing they want to see. And you can do that with just about any topic.
Great. Thanks so much, Ushi. And just so for everyone to know, we are actually finalizing the I go back to this slide. We're finalizing essentially the scrimmages. So we'll get those dates up for you on the website. So you can find them on the FirstRoboticsBC.org website.
Yeah. No, I don't have any other questions. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll have those up for you on the website. We are thinking of a essentially. Let me just go back here. Sorry. Okay, there you go. Yeah, we're thinking of a early December scrimmage in Vancouver, and then a late December scrimmage in Richmond, possibly in Surrey as well. So those dates we're going to finalize as soon as possible, and we'll let you guys know when the scrimmages are happening.
In Victoria, we are planning a scrimmage probably on the 25th of November.
Okay.
And for the tournaments, for the qualifying tournaments, we have a bunch of dates that are fixed, such as in Kitimat on January 13, Victoria, January 14, Whitehorse, January 20, and in Kelowna, February 10. In the Vancouver area, that is still a little bit in flux. And will take a few more days, I'm afraid, before we actually know when and where these tournaments will be. But we should have them by Tuesday, I hope, or Wednesday. And then we can finally update the website with the actual dates.
So for the regional scrimmage, will that be also there in Kelowna, or it's not?
If somebody organizes it. Yes.
Okay.
Scrimmages are usually optional.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're nice to have in the sense that there's no evaluation. It's really the qualifier that's critical for the teams moving on.
Yeah.
But it's a great practice. Yeah.
Yes, scrimmages are excellent practice because you see other teams' robots. The teams usually come back with lots of new ideas and things they haven't thought about. And they learn to actually how to approach the competition table. They learn that how long 2.5 minutes are, that they can that they have to be there on time, that the entire team has to be there. At scrimmages, we usually do that just like at tournaments, and that means that the kids get a bit of practice. In Kelowna, I'm pretty sure that Tobias is planning some kind of scrimmage. And in Kelowna, because the qualifying tournament is only on February 10, there's really loads of time to do that. So I think you'll probably have at least one scrimmage there, maybe even two.
Okay.
Great. Yeah. Any other questions? We are heading up to the hour, but yeah, Ramsey.
I do. All the questions I have around FLL Explore. You said towards the end you're going to talk about.
Yes.
Oh dear. Sorry.
No, it's the first question is, do FLL Explore tournaments and scrimmages run alongside the FLL Challenge?
Yes. Most of the time.
Okay. And the second question, are you planning a mini tourneys for the FLL Explore? Because most of the slides you're mentioning FLL Challenge. So if you have like a brief briefly about FLL Explore, that would be great. Thank you.
Yeah. So FLL Explore, we found that online events are not really great for that age group. That the kids really, that's not really their fun. So for FIRST Lego League Explore, we need physical events. They are called festivals for FLL Explore, and they are non-competitive. But it still means that they're more like an exposition, like Barish mentioned. The kids show their model, they show the poster board they made, and they have a reviewing time with people that we don't call judges, but we call them reviewers. They meet with each team, and they have a little set of kind of like rubrics, but less involved. And at the end, each team will get some kind of an award, but not. But as I said, it's not competitive, so every team gets something. The judges or the reviewers will decide what special part they will recommend the team for. And each child gets something, like a medal or a ribbon or some keepsake. The festivals usually last about 2 to 3 hours, and it depends a bit on how many teams there are. When we have a lot of Explore teams together, then we may organize a festival just for Explore. But quite often we just have 3 or 4 Explore teams, and then it's a lot more fun for everybody if this is together with a FIRST Lego League Challenge event. That way, the Explore kids get much more exposure to others, and the other way around too. They see what the older kids are doing. The older kids can see what the younger kids are doing, and they can get their medals awarded at the same time as the FIRST Lego League Challenge kids. So at all the at most of the qualifying tournaments will have a festival attached at the same time. In Kitimat, it may be different because I think there are quite a lot of Explore teams. But in Victoria, we don't have that many, so we'll have that together on January 14th for at the tournament. A Whitehorse too, one of the Vancouver tournaments, and definitely at the championship. Sometimes we do Explore festivals at scrimmages, like an FLL Challenge scrimmage, but Explore Festival. Because also Explore is a program where teams can register and start their work anytime. And so we may have teams that start in March. So we need some late festivals for them. But we can also have teams who started in August or so, or maybe even earlier, and they may be ready now. So at one of the scrimmages, in fact, in Richmond, that is, as far as I know, planned to be as quite a big scrimmage for FLL Challenge with a big festival for FLL Explore. So we should know all this hopefully next week to let everybody know.
And communication, if I did register FLL Explore, I would get an email
Yes.
on all the qualifiers and all the scrimmages and all of that. So that's the main way of communication.
Yes, we also have this the website with our events calendar, and also like the FIRST Robotics BC website. And there's also a link to when we have updates for the teams, both for Explore and for Challenge, I send the updates to all the registered teams, and I put them on the website at the same time. And if you look in, I don't know if you can show that, Barish, on the FIRST Robotics PC website, if you go to FIRST Lego League, then there are some links to these updates. And that is actually the main way, yeah. So if you go to... yes, and if you go to programs, and then go to FIRST Lego League, and click on that. So if you scroll, no, this is, okay. If you are an Explorer, you can scroll down a bit. And there is click here for current FLL Explorer season updates. So that was last updated about 2 weeks ago, and the next update should be coming soon. As soon as we also know all the event dates for FLL Challenge, then we can have more definite event dates for Explore as well.
Yeah, and ultimately, I believe the championship in March would have an FLL Explorer. Is that true?
Definitely.
Yeah. So, and I think essentially a team could just show up. There's no requirement for them showing up at multiple exhibits, right? They can actually just show up at the championship.
Oh,
they can, yeah, if they are patient enough. But they can go to any festival. They can even go to several festivals.
Okay, and I was just going to show this video about FLL Explore, but yeah, so you get a kit, you get a special kit dedicated to the season for Explore. The students can build this sort of recommended kit and then add in their own pieces to create a bit of a display. They are in discussion about the idea of creating a moving robot kind of robot game that hasn't been fully developed yet. That's maybe in the works for the future. But currently, the students are able to make moving parts to their exhibit that they'll create. And so that's sort of an opportunity for them to be sort of creative and build and have moving parts for that.
Yes, and I've seen some really, really big models that FIRST Lego League Explorer teams have built. So they can use tons of Lego and build really intricate big things.
The question I had from team members is: are they limited to the pieces in the Explore set?
No, they can add anything they want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're excited about the new Lego Dreams.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, the Spike Essential. Do they have a Spike Essential set?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, it's a great set, I think. I really like that.
Yeah.
So they're not limited to the pieces. They, as long
No,
as
they can add lots of pieces. If they have more Lego, they can use that.
Excellent.
Yeah, so yeah, they are recommended to have the Masterpiece Explorer set. The team should be highlighting the recommend the.
Yeah, I
the
mean,
Masterpiece
every
Explorer,
team gets that because you get the Explore set with your
Yes,
registration. So
exactly.
every Explore team automatically has that. And I've seen Explore teams that even had several robot sets. And you could, if you have
Right.
several, you can even use several. Yeah.
Great. Well, thanks. Yeah, thanks everyone for joining today. Thank you, Ushi, for helping out, and
My pleasure.
and we'll be in touch with those finalized dates for the upcoming events. And please do reach out to us if you have any other questions about the season. We hope to see you at the next event.
All right. Thank you all.
Thanks,
Thank you,
everyone.
folks.
Have a great evening. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.